Hi, I'm Mac McCarthy, and I help people with their breakups. And today, I have another breakup story for you. And if you have a breakup story you'd like to share, please visit writemac.com. Send it in, and I possibly could do a video just like this. If you like this video, send me a like. If you don't like it, don't like it. If you like to subscribe, hit that bell, and every time I make a video, which is a lot because there's a lot of breakups, the story will come in, and hopefully it helps you out and you have a breakup story that resonates with you, and you could possibly make a comment or two to help this individual out. So let's get into it. Hey man, love your stuff. Thank you so much. I will keep this as brief as possible. We were together 2.5 years. My ex left me the day before New Year's Eve. She had not told me she was unhappy or tried to communicate at all. Safe to say I was annoyed because of both of those factors. Okay, let me get back into this. We were together 2.5 years. My ex left me the day before New Year's Eve. Okay, so that's about 2 months ago. She had told me she was unhappy or tried to communicate at all. She had not told me she was unhappy or tried to communicate at all. So you had no clue. Okay. Safe to say I was annoyed because both of these factors. I think you were more than annoyed. I had a 2-year relationship and she just broke up. She said she didn't see a future. That's a strong statement. I said, okay. I said she handled it badly and it was immature not to try to resolve things. Okay, if she says she doesn't see a future, I'm not sure that's immature if that's honestly how she feels. And if she's not trying to what is there to resolve if she doesn't see a future? So the question is, what doesn't she see a future about? Is it because of finances? A lot of time it's financials. Is it because of who you are as a person? Is it because of where you're headed? So think about the statement instead of accusing her of being immature. I'm not sure that's going to serve you. And she will probably regret it, but that's her decision, then so be it. The fact that you're immediately throwing in, you'll probably regret this and not really getting to the bottom of why she feels like there's no future, well, that's deflective. You know, you're putting up a shield. I told her to leave, and she did. She hadn't removed her status at being with me on any social media, so in 3 days I said to her to do so, and already she said she was not sure about her decision. We spoke for the next few days, and she said she is sorry and wants another chance, but she wants a few weeks space. She is sorry and she wants another chance, but she wants a few weeks. What is the part that she doesn't see a future with you? What's the reason? Like when you make a statement like that, what is it? That it's your education level, that it, you know, specifically is what I would ask. I said, fine, but if we are together, we should see each other once a week, but we don't have to talk about things. That's a weird stipulation. So why would we, could you see each other more than once a week? The next week we went out. All was well. We hooked up. She even stayed over. I think I handled it fine until this point. However, after this, I got anxious. This happens all the time. People want to immediately become boyfriend and girlfriend again, and they overcompensate, and they basically corner the person that broke up with them to commit. I haven't read this yet, but this is what I'm guessing. I messaged her the next day, and she was cold and snappy over nothing. Well, she wants to keep control because once she broke up, she reinvigorated things, and she turned the tables on you, and she basically said, yeah, I'm in control. I'll decide if we're back together or not. I'll think about it. Yeah, maybe we should. And then she felt like you were chasing her a bit. I reacted back, and we argued. We sorted it out. However, the same happened the next day. Then we spoke about meeting. She didn't want to anymore. She's taking control. I was annoyed because we agreed on that. I said, fine, but if that's the case, we should end things then. This is you trying to control things. To my surprise, she agreed. Yeah, you gave her an option, and you were surprised because you're like, oh, she's gonna melt over this, and she didn't. We basically had the breakup talk again, but this time I didn't handle it well. I said I didn't want to do that, but I can't wait forever, so I forced a deadline of next week's, which I shouldn't have done. A deadline's an ultimatum, and an ultimatum is when negotiations end, and when negotiations end, you got to be prepared to walk away. Like Corey Wayne says, walk away and never look back is the highest level of negotiation. So in this particular case, if you're going to give an ultimatum, I've done it before, and when it goes back in your face, you got to stick with it, man, if it hurts. The next week, she said, we have already spoke, so she just texted. She didn't want to keep seeing each other. I said, okay, she's in control now. You're agreeing to what she's saying. My plan was straight no contact to avoid further damage. Good. Yeah, bottom line, you're in no contact for yourself because you're moving forward. You set an ultimatum for reasons, and you need to stick to that. This was around the start of February. She did message me again, but only to say she has canceled our upcoming holiday. I just said okay. She messaged later again saying she is worried about the money going through, which she didn't need to say, but I didn't read into it too much and just said okay. Okay is a powerful word, man, just to go, okay, fine. It's just neutral. I contacted her in a few days saying, in short, I think we can work things out, but if not, I'm going to move on. You're declaring, you're better off saying, hey, did you want to meet up for lunch or dinner, than saying, hey, I think we can. You're setting the table for her to go, no, I don't think we can work things out. You're trying to lead, and this is not a time to lead. It wasn't too needy, but it was leaning that way. It's not just leaning, it's suggestive, and she's already dug in. So the fact that you're like, yeah, I think we can work things out and move on, instead of like, let's just meet up, connect, and see how it goes. But you don't say, let's see how it goes. You go, let's just hey, let's get a coffee or let's get dinner or whatever you want to do, or go to the beach and walk the dog. I don't know. Whatever. There's a guy that he would meet up and they would walk their dog or something like that. That's fine. Just a casual encounter where you can reconnect and be in the present. But this idea that you're going to work things out and get to go from here to here, you just want to go from here, have a good time in the moment, and then see how it goes, and then see how it goes next. But you're putting pressure on, hey, if we meet up, we can work things out. You know that, right? It's not a good way to be. But she also questioned if I'm seeing anyone and tried to keep it ambiguous, and she even got annoyed because she thought I was. Well, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Again, the next few days by phone, I called and gave my thoughts about the breakup. At first, she was cold and even angry. I said, I'm not trying to get her back. Okay. Apologize for my part, but didn't take all the blame. Apologize for what you're truly sorry for. Apologize once, apologize sincerely, and apologize with your eyes, and then move forward and leave it alone, and you did everything you can. Don't apologize for nothing you didn't do wrong. Don't over-apologize, and don't blame where there's no blame to be made. And actually, blaming doesn't really achieve a whole lot. Take accountability is much more productive. I asked to meet for closure, and she said no. Again, she's controlling the situation. You're asking her. You might just say, hey, I just want to have a last chat. Call her on the phone and go, instead of saying meet, hey, let's meet up at the coffee shop. And each time you're suggesting what you're going to do at the meetup. Hey, I think we can work things out. Instead of going, hey, can we meet up for coffee? Can we meet up for dinner? You're suggesting how it's going to go. Hey, I need to meet for closure. I'm telling you what's going to happen in the conversation. And she's like, nope, you're not going to rule things. I didn't beg. I hope things, however, I said I think I would be fine, but I respect her choice and I hope things go well for her. This was not needed, but I took bad advice. Well, don't regret it. Just move forward and don't take bad advice from that individual again. However, during this call, she even showed interest in what I've been up to. It sounds like she's got interest. It's just that you guys are playing this game of back and forth, and you just need some time to be apart and miss each other. And you got to ask yourself, do you even want to be with this individual the way you both are acting? And told me about her new car and how work is going. And we even had a few laughs, which I found odd, but again, not trying to read into it. Because you were in the present moment and you weren't trying to direct back into, hey, let's get back together. Hey, I need closure. You were just talking about your day. You're just talking about good things in life. That's how you reconnect. It's trust, connection, and attraction. I think the fact that you're still talking and you're talking the way you are and she's worried about you seeing other people, there is some attraction still there. Connection was broken. You need to reconnect by doing just simple things and just talking about simple events and having a laugh instead of you going, hey, you need to meet me for closure. Hey, I think we can work things out. Lighten it up a little bit, bro. Okay? And then the part about trust, well, once you've broken up, trust got broken. So that takes a long time to reestablish. I've been in no contact since and will not break it again. Good for you. It sounds like the right thing to do at this point. And the last conversation you had was a good note. If you're going to no contact, you left it neutral, you had a few laughs, it's a good place to be. It's been almost 3 weeks. Good for you. She keeps liking posts about exes, some positive, some negative, but I'm avoiding her social media now. Don't avoid it, just don't go there. So if you have to avoid it, that means it's available. Don't make it available at all. I've been working on myself and don't need it and don't need her to come back, but I would like her to. Done, done, done. Well, if you don't need it, okay, it would be a bonus, right? Let's just say it would be a bonus, but also moving forward, you're a confident, cool individual that can move forward and has done it before in your life, and you'll do it again. What are your thoughts? I just gave them to you. Appreciate if you don't get back to me, but many thanks if you do. Done. He writes, cheers. Well, cheers to you, lad. So I hope that helps you. Please visit rightmac.com if you've got a breakup story you'd like to share. Otherwise, thank you for supporting the channel.